that pops out of there, it's going to give us an arrow. It's going to give us a black arrow. Okay. So that's how you know. We've got a low here now of, well, if you just hover over it, you can see the lows are. The low is at 10.50, so you'd be buying 14.50 or 14.75 actually. Okay, 4.25 points above the low. And this is a deeper pullback. This is kind of what I wanted to see back on the NQ and on the Russell. So this is good. We've got a low in a quarter now. We'll be buying 12 right now. Oops. Here it is. Okay, as long as that low stays quarter, then we're buying 12.50. And over here, the low is at 8.5. So we'll be buying 8 ticks above that. From 8.5, it'd be right there at 9.3. Okay, and right there is it, 9.3 on the Russell. So every trade on the 7-tick range starts out with 10 ticks. Okay, over here the low is still down there at the same spot, so we still have goes in the same place. Both of these ended up giving us a deeper pullback, which is exactly what I was looking for. And so now what you'd anticipate is that this is going to get at least up here to 10.8, at least up to 10.8 right now. Oh, the Russell stopped us out. Okay, and the NQ is pulled back. It didn't give a trade setup yet. It's pulled back pretty deep and fast. Now, 5.5. 5.5 is low. 9.5. Oops, nope. Now 4.25 up to 8.50 is what you'd be looking at now on the NQ. Okay, and there it is on the NQ. It ends up being 8.25 is what it ends up being there. Okay. But here, brings over. Everything's giving me slow reaction right now. But this is what now with the NQ, because it's on the 16-tick range, we have a 20-tick stop, and the stop goes to break even after you get 8 ticks in profit, and all of that is automated here on the NQ. Okay, so we went to break even to have 8 ticks in profit, and now we have a 30-tick profit target on this, so we'll see if it makes it up to that. And we can always adjust that profit target and lock in profit as it starts moving up toward it here. What we anticipate is going to get up to 19.50, so it should go right through this profit target here at 30. It should go right through that. I'm just going to lock in a little profit on that. And now we're thinking it's going to get all the way up here to 19.50 is what I said, right? So I'll put it all the way up there. And our entry point is at 7.75. So we'll just put it at 18.75. That'd be 11 points or 44 ticks. Okay. That's what we anticipate it's going to do. So we're going to make 4 ticks or 44 ticks. One or the other. It is now 1:23. We only have about 7 minutes left in here right now. So we're going to wade through all this. We had this Russell trade over here didn't work out, so I'll have to fix that up. You can see it. Let me put this back. Okay. And let me put this on the Russell trade. Okay. The Russell trade didn't work out, but you can obviously see that the NQ trade is working out pretty well right now. And we're in at 7.75. Right here would be 20 ticks right there, but I think it's going to go all the way up to the swing high right here, right now. So I'm going to let it go and see. It gets all the way up there to that 44 tick target right there. Okay. So this right here is 28 ticks. Right here at 14.75. I'm going to lock in a little bit more. Right, that is 16 ticks right there. So now we're going to get 16 or 44. We'll see how it works out. I don't see any questions in that chat box. How about this one over here? No questions in there yet either. Okay. So do you guys here? I'm assuming you're understanding everything that's going on because nobody's asking any questions. $20, $24. So now 24 takes us, what we end up getting on that one. Anticipate it's going to get up to this level right here. Okay. And you see how easy that is? You just put the trade on and you wait. Granted, this is a blue one. We had that one that stopped out, that one that slipped just 5 ticks and then stopped us out. Then they were both with, yeah, this is taking forever. But right here, we had a long trade right to take. We had a long trade right here that we didn't take, both of which worked out. Trade right that we did take, that worked out pretty well. Now this has to put in a higher swing before we'll take another trade in that direction. Over here, it's let me explain the ES. You see the long-term direction right here, kind of flat on the ES. So I like the long-term direction of these odds. I like them to be spread out and moving up. It's a trend change right here is what's happening. That's starting to turn up. The trend is starting to turn up. It's gonna have to put in a higher swing here to really spread out and really, make that trend change follow through. Right now, it's just not doing it. Okay. Excuse me. Need this a little bit higher here. And that's it. Right, we need this to put in a higher swing. We needed this to put in a higher swing. This, it just didn't go. And the gold's not giving us anything here either. Look, none of them, they all just gapped down. See those gaps right there? On each one of these indices, I don't know what happened there to make it gap down like that. All 3 of them gapped down. All right. Well, it is 128, guys. It doesn't need to sit up here because right now everything just started to change directions. See the long-term direction just went from bullish to bearish right here on the Russell. And over here, it's starting to change directions here on the NQ. Not quite there yet. And it's starting to change directions here on the ES and not there yet. Gold long-term direction is flat. So right now, this is going to be one of those days where we just don't have a ton of trades this morning. I don't see. Do I have a tutorial for the chart setup? Why, yes, Homer, we do. Sign up for the trial. The trial really free out here by tradingiq.com. Right here, it's just free 5-day training now. And right in here, it's got all the rules fade setups. Right. This video, it goes over a little bit of information in that video right there. And if you click on this down here, you'll have this exact setup on TradingView. So, Homer, if you want to get a tutorial every morning from 9:30 to 11:30, that is a hands-on tutorial. We get to watch me do this every day. Anybody that's watching this right now, if you like what you see here, just sign up for the trial. It's 9:30 to 11:30 every business day. That's Eastern time, by the way. 9:30 to 11:30 Eastern time every business day. And that's the spreadsheet. Come on, we load up. The spreadsheet is a result of all those business days. This spreadsheet goes back over 10 years with our daily results from the morning sessions. Okay. This is the total that we got in the 2-hour span with one contract trading on each one of those days. Okay, and this is this year. That was March. It was April, and May's a slow month so far. But this was this morning, yesterday, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that, all the way up for the rest of the month. May's been kind of slow, oddly. You know, we had a pretty good month here. In April, a much better month. March was our best month by far. We had one day right there with over $2,000 with one contract in 2 hours. Again, the idea though is to get this number where you're trading, you know, you add one contract per month. So in April, you're trading 4 contracts and you're only trading this number to get your goal and be done for the day. Okay, this is this month. That's where we stand on this month. All right. Well, I have reached my time limit here today, guys. It is now past 1:30, so I've given a little more than the half an hour. You can see now that things are starting to do more trades right now. Like for instance, the NQ just had a gap down right there, and on the NQ, just came out of break even on that one. The ES also has a trade. The Russell had 2 trades. Gold does not trade. So the ES and the Russell gave a trade right here. The ES just gave one right here. Now the NQ gave this one over here and ended up taking me out of break even because when it goes to 8 ticks in profit, automatically it bumps my stop to break even. But the Russell, I had to do that one manually, and that one's starting to run right now. So I'll lock in 6 ticks profit on that and 8 ticks profit on that. And the ES trade is also starting to run. So I'll get 1 tick profit on that. And there you go. All right, so finally did get some movement right at the end. All right, we end up with a profitable trade here. Profitable trade there. And another profitable trade here. And the NQ ended up being a break-even trade. So that is how I think I'm going to end up wrapping up this session. You know, sometimes it all comes at once, just like that, and you just take what you can get. Right? Follow the rules. The rules are always the same. And Homer, let's go back in there. Let me see if you asked anything else in here. I don't think so.
Nope.
No, nothing else. Okay. Well, again, to take the free trial, guys, just go here to mytradingiq.com. Click on this right here, sign up for the free trial. If you're going to sign up for your trial on the trading platforms, follow instruction. The TradingView, watch this video, send us your TradingView username. Like Homer, we have yours. We could enable the indicators for you right now, just knowing what your username is. But that makes sense if you're not going to use them. So sign up for the trial. We'll know you're going to use them, and we'll hook you up right away. Okay. That's it, guys. That's going to wrap it up for this session in the stream. Thanks for coming today. We did end up with a couple of nice trades. We had the NQ trades. We had both of these trades right here, and we had those 2 stop outs. It happens. Thanks for coming, and we'll be back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Live stream is done, and now I can pass it back out to fabulous Phoenix, Arizona, in Studio A overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Hey D, in TradingView, you got to go through you got to sign off those things again. In there, it prompted me to do it again this morning.
All right,
just let you know.
Now let me know when you're not using it, and I'll go in and do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break now because I have a meeting at 2 o'clock with Matthew, so I'm gonna take a 20-30 minute break. 20-minute break, I guess. All right.
All righty. Recap of the morning session.
This morning, 1 minute, 1 trade, $500.
Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, here's where we left off on the ES. Now, something happened when we switched over to Michael, or actually, I think prior to switching over to Michael, the YouTube stream dropped. So if you're watching a YouTube video called Part 2, then just scroll back and you'll see Part 1, but it doesn't say Part 1. It just says what happens to the financial markets if Congress does not agree on increasing the debt ceiling. So I talked about that in the first part before we lost our connection. Then as Michael was on TradingView trading, I noticed the YouTube connection had dropped. So I reconnected and just called that part 2. So the vertical line on the screen separates today, Tuesday, from yesterday, Monday. Now, earlier, I had said, anybody that's not a member or free trial member, you did not get this information last night at 6:05 p.m. Eastern. These are all targets that were provided to all of our members. If you want to grab a screenshot, you can. We're going to run through each market real quick. I explained earlier how you handle these, draw lines in the sand. There's my line in the sand at 42.20, my line in the sand at 41.92. All that was explained earlier. So the market opened last night. Price got above the BBC. Red and falling turned to blue and climbing. We ran right up to the zone. When price moves up to a weekly zone, we expect resistance. When price drops to a zone, we expect support, support, support. Got resistance at the zone. We consolidated for a bit. Then we reached up and hit the long target. And price got below the BBC. Blue and climbing turned to red and falling. And that took us all the way down to the short target, through the short target, and to the zone. 4185/4186. On the Dow, here's where the market opened last night. Ran up at the long target, got below the BBC, blue and climbing, turned to red and falling, and we hit the short target. And where did the market find support? At the zone. And what's happening now? We're consolidating at a zone. Only 3 things happen at a weekly trading zone. 70% of the time will be consolidation. 20% of the time will be rejection. That's when the 30-minute candle closes. The only thing left touching the zone is the wick. 10% of the time is what we call the slice. Okay? So you can see all this consolidation. That actually goes back to Friday. This is Monday. This is Tuesday. The zones are published Monday morning, 6:15 a.m. Eastern. Members and trial members, we've published the zones since December 14th, 2009. Every Monday. On the Russell, here's the open last night. We ran up to the target, pulled back to the BBC, got below the BBC. 1794/1795 is the zone. So we found support at the zone. Support at the zone sent us back up to hit the long target again. And we actually traded through that zone, and now we've pulled back, and we are pulling back to the BBC, which we expect to be good support until proven otherwise. That'll give us another opportunity to trade on the long side back up to the zone. On the NQ, here's where the market opened. Last night, we ran right up, hit the long target, and price got below the BBC, and we dropped right to the short target. Like I said before, don't make it more complicated than that. Market opens, runs to the target. Get a pullback. We run into support right at this area here. Get back above the BBC, we hit the long target again. Make a run to the zone where we find resistance, a pullback, and then we slice through the zone. When that happens, and the slice runs out of steam, it will typically retrace to the zone it sliced through and continue in the direction of the slice. On gold, here's where we opened last night, and we came right down to the short target, found support at the zone, and we managed to trade below the zone. This low ties into Friday's low. Okay, where this is Tuesday, this is Monday, this is Friday. So a low established on a Friday became today's low. We put in a little double bottom, got back above the BBC, made the run to the zone, found resistance, pulled back to the BBC. Now we're making another run at the zone. Silver, market opened here, dropped right to the target, then dropped to the zone below. 2-penny move in silver is worth $100 per contract traded. Consolidated at the zone for a few hours, got above the BBC, ran to the zone, found resistance, pulled back to the BBC, and now the market is attempting to run back up to the zone. Same thing over and over, day after day. It doesn't matter what market, doesn't matter what time frame. Market opened here last night and dropped to the short target. Continued down to the zone, found support, bounced to the BBC. The pullback holds more often than not, like here, and here, here, and here, and here, and here, and here. And so now we're sitting on top of support at the zone, which takes us back to support established last Thursday and Friday. Here it is Tuesday. Once the market establishes important support or resistance, it will remain support or resistance until broken. And on the daily, still printing a red candle. We've traded through the step line. Next support level is at blue and climbing, then the BBC, and then the low of May 16th, and then the low of May 10th, and then the 24% fib retracement. To become a lifetime member, no recurring fees, no upsells, no nonsense. Go here, eminifuturestrading.com. Everything a trader needs, all under one roof, one low price. We have no fine print. Lifetime means lifetime. 9 out of 10 new traders fail because they don't have a teacher. They don't have anybody to show them how to do the job. We do that 2 hours every trading day. Plus, as a lifetime member, you have access to unlimited one-on-one private mentoring, strategy you learn, and the indicators you own for life are fluid across all markets, all time frames, futures, stocks, crypto, forex, ETFs, doesn't matter. As a passport holder, you also receive the Logic 247 alerts, the concierge trade alerts. You have access to the Thursday night members only workshop, all that and much more. If you have questions, call Valerie at 949-42-EMINI or email support@cfrn.net. Get your passport today. eminifuturestrading.com. Double mouse clicks, you're a lifetime member. You're a mentoring partner and you want to upgrade to the passport. Get a hold of Valerie. She's got a special offer for you. And you'll never spend another dime on trading stuff because we've got everything a trader needs, all under one roof, one low price. All right, I'm going to wrap it up with our good word for the day. Last 2 days, we talked about when God sends you an angel. We're going to continue. Psalm 34:7. the angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him and rescues them. What are some other situations when God might send an angel to help you? Well, number one, to get you out of trouble. Lot was living in Sodom, a city about to be destroyed because of its extreme sin. That's when God sent angels to rescue him and his family from impending doom. Lot listened, obeyed, and survived. But sadly, his wife didn't, and she perished. See Genesis 19. Number two, to change your life's direction. Exodus 3. Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro. There the angel of the Lord appeared to him in flames of fire from within a bush. Moses thought his life was over. He grew up in a palace and ended up in a pasture. But every experience, good and bad, had equipped him to lead the greatest migration of people in history. Number three, when you're facing your biggest challenge. In order to enter the promised land, Israel first had to conquer its biggest city, Jericho. And Joshua hadn't a clue as to how to do it. That's when God sent an angel with a plan that would literally bring down the walls. That's in Joshua 5:14. Number four, when you have given it your best and want to give up. After his spectacular victory over the prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel, Jezebel put out a death threat on the prophet Elijah. How did it affect him? He told God he'd had enough and wanted to die. Then he lay down and fell asleep. There was an angel touching him, and he said to him, "Arise, eat." That's 1 Kings 19. Even today, God still sends angels in disguise to help us. That's our good word for the day. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wherever you are, wherever you are, may God continue to richly bless you with His mercy and with His grace. And I'll see you at the bell.
Remember this, there is no greater return on investment than to see a human life changed and given hope. As always, pray hard and trade safe. Any financial information discussed on this show is simply the opinion of our host, Dwayne Reeves, his co-hosts, and guests. To learn more about trading E-mini futures or to take a 1-week free trial in our live trading room, call 1-866-928-3310. 866-928-3310. Information discussed on this radio program should not be construed as a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a licensed securities broker or financial planner before making any investment decision.